to the women that are watching us right now. And it's very empowering to see a woman that's actually in this field where it is actually stereotyped to be only for dominated by men. What's your intake on this, and what brought you into this field itself?
Yes, correct. The field is very predominantly dominated by men, and we're seeing more and more women entering this field. And with through education, through building your conviction and understanding the markets, now we have lots of resources and tools and educational platforms to be able to learn and understand and build our own decision making and conviction to be able to navigate these markets. And seeing more women voices across the platforms, they're also supporting more women to approach this field, learn more about it, and take their own decision-making and risk management processes as much.
With Forex.com on our platform, clients will have access to various trading tools like performance analytics, strong charting tools, which will give them a better insight into their trading style, techniques, successes, habits, good or bad. Hopefully, that will help them to make better decisions and try and become a better trader.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special episode with us today. With us today we have two designated officials from Forex.com that are going to be sharing more insights about the trading world. How are you guys doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Very good.
Amazing. I'm going to start off with Razan. If you don't mind giving us a short introduction about yourself and a little bit about your background.
Yes, of course. Thank you for having us here. I'm Razan Hilal. I'm a market analyst with Forex.com, which is part of StoneX Group. I'm a global macro market analyst, which means I cover the markets from a macro perspective, connecting all the events that's happening across the world, reflecting it on the price chart. I'm also a CMT, which stands for Chartered Market Technician, meaning I analyze the markets based on the price and what the price is doing and less on what the headlines are saying. So my role is to bring clarity and define where the price is sitting in or amid all the headlines that we are seeing and amid the history of the charts.
Amazing. So we're definitely going to be asking you a lot of questions today. So Nael, can you please give us an introduction about yourself as well?
So my name is Nael Hajali and I am with Forex.com Associate Director. I've been in the industry for 20 plus years, spending the first decade in London, working for top tier financial institutions. And then I moved to Dubai, where I've been for another 10 plus years. Our team in Dubai covers client relationships in the MENA region end to end. My role is to make sure that our clients have a good trading environment with a good support system and are available for our clients whenever they need us.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing those details. Razan, to set the scene, I just want to ask you a question. How would you describe the current global and regional market landscape, especially for traders that are watching us right now and are in the Middle East?
Yes, currently the global and the regional market landscape is anchored to the energy market. So what the IEA describes now is we are facing the biggest energy shock in history, which is stemming from the disruption across the Strait of Hormuz related to the Middle East conflict and also related to key facility strikes that need some time to recover. So we are facing some time for energy market recovery, which is impacting global markets in terms of inflation, in terms of central bank outlooks. So if we have rising inflation, we have weaker purchasing power across the globe, which will eventually potentially affect global economic growth rates. So it is a risk that global markets are facing, and it is affecting the global charts. Now, we might be facing potential rate hike outlooks for global central banks. If the Fed goes to a rate hike, the Central Bank of the UAE mirrors the Federal Reserve decision. So we might face a bit of an environment with higher interest rates to be able to taper the inflation as we navigate the energy market conflict.
Nael, I want to ask you, where do you see the most compelling trading opportunities right now, and what's driving these moves in the market?
From my experience currently, the flavor of the time is oil and gold. This is due to the volatility in these markets, as Razan was saying. So clients can trade oil or gold on our markets on a CFD basis. The main driver of this market volatility remains the geopolitical tensions. We are also seeing some interest in stocks. So clients can trade CFD stocks on our platform. And we've also added now currently Saudi stocks, UAE stocks, local stocks on a CFD basis. And the main driver behind those remains global tensions as well as interest in AI and funding and technology. Recently, we've seen a revival in cryptocurrencies.
Yes, correct.
Now the price is moving a little bit more. So we're seeing a bit of interest there come back. It went quiet for a while. And our clients can trade crypto CFDs on a 24/7 basis in a fully supported environment.
Nael, I want to ask you a question, which I am sure that whoever is watching us right now would probably pop their mind. Who would be the right candidate to start and become a trader?
It's a process. You have different levels, entry levels, highly experienced levels. You have to have a passion for it.
Okay.
If there's no passion, it's not going to happen. We have clients who come in, never traded before, want to start.
Okay.
Usually we advise them to try a demo account so they can practice where it's not real money, but the platform is exactly the same as a live platform. So it's a good place to start. And then as you become more experienced, have more knowledge in the industry, you start going up levels. But like everything else, it takes a lot of time and patience and dedication.
Okay.
So, people think that they're going to come in and start trading straight away. You have to give it its time.
Of course, everything definitely comes with time. But back to Razan and back to the oil and gold. It definitely remains especially important in this region. When we say oil, when we say gold, we're talking about the Middle East in general. What are you seeing in these markets, and how should traders be thinking about them today?
Yes, so I totally agree with Nael that there's a huge appetite right now for investing and trading in both oil and gold. And as I mentioned, as we're dealing with one of the largest energy shocks in history, oil prices are elevated. They are near the $100 per barrel, which is weighing on inflation and the purchasing power for consumers across the globe. Now, in terms of oil volatility, the longer it stays near the $100 per barrel, and if it sustains itself above the $115 and the $120, we can see another climb for oil prices, possibly going above the $130 per barrel, as long as we have the continued conflict in the Middle East that remains unresolved, extending the recovery time for oil. Now, from the downside, should we cross back below the 80 and the 74 level? 74 aligns with the highs of last year's Middle East conflict that also involved the US, Iran, and Israel. So if we break below that level, we can possibly say oil is unwinding back down, the pressures are easing back off, and you might see oil falling back down. Now, in terms of gold prices, as oil is still very much elevated, it is affecting inflation, and should central banks go towards rate hikes, we can possibly have higher yields. Should we have higher yields, bond yields into the picture, it might pressure gold prices. So gold is facing right now pressures from the US dollar, it is facing pressures from bond yields. So it needs to sustain itself above 4,900 so we can see another breakout to 5,000 and possibly new records.
Oh, wow.
Right now, we're still facing these tensions as a result of the elevated crude oil and potential shift for global bond yields towards the upside.
Thank you for sharing the details, Razan. Nael, I want to ask you, when it comes to trading, there's definitely some risk in it. So what does an effective risk management look like for traders that are actually interested and are dealing with the current environment right now?
The markets at the moment, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of volatility in the markets. To be able to become a successful trader, you have to be able to manage your risk because there's uncertainty. So you never know, like you see now in these days in the markets, one post on social media can move the markets aggressively. So even though you have a well thought out trading execution, this uncertainty can cause volatility in the markets. Positions will be very volatile. profits and losses become moving around a lot. This is why it's very important, especially in times of stress, for clients to be able to manage their leverage, manage their positions, not go too aggressive, too risky, and be able to kind of weather the storm if in case things go against them. It's always important to keep an eye on their margins, their capital, and not take on positions where they're too aggressive.
Interesting. And you did mention that anyone that is passionate can enter the trading world. But from your experience, what do you see a common characteristic amongst all of the traders possibly that you have met?
With things moving online, it's available for everyone.
Okay.
So on Forex.com, you have the application, you can trade on the web. There's different platforms like MetaTrader. You have a lot of options for you. People also with the working from home have more time kind of to look at these things. With weekend trading, so even though you're not working, you can still trade cryptocurrencies, CFDs with us. So there is a lot of kind of availability for it. The person has to be passionate. It takes a certain type of person. You have to have some risk taking in you, because no matter how risk averse you are, at the end of the day, with markets the way they are, especially these days, there is risk to everything you do. So it takes a certain profile of a person, but always the advice is take it slow, manage your risk, and hopefully it will be a positive experience for them.
Hopefully. Well, I'm sure that many that are watching us right now, and especially this episode, are definitely interested to become potential traders, that is, if they weren't today. Nael, Forex.com is a globally trusted brand that is really well known. Now, what do you believe makes it such an important matter for traders in the UAE and it being present in the UAE as well?
I believe ultimately it comes down to trust and the availability of a good support system, and being there for our clients when they have any queries or need any support in a prompt manner. That's why I think it's part of our core values at Forex.com. Especially in times of market stress like we are experiencing today, it's very important for our clients to have direct access to professionals in the market. And in a time where we are going through a lot of volatility, I think that carries a lot of value to our clients, and it sets us apart in the industry.
Interesting. Razan, my question to you is, traders today have access to multiple asset classes, from Forex and commodities to shares and crypto. So how important is diversification in this matter?
Yes, definitely. And especially in today's market, as we have diverging narratives between central bank positioning and outlooks. We also have steep record highs across US indices and tech-focused sector. And we also have the energy markets signaling distress. And we also have commodities. Also, we have silver climbing, but gold is still shy of climbing further. So these divergences that we're seeing across the market support diversification in a portfolio, as we have lots of macro events that can possibly push steep moves across the charts. So we're able to protect the portfolio from any tail risks or from any concentrated risk. It is, of course, favorable to diversify the investments to be able to come out with net profits at the end of potential net profits at the end of the day.
Razan, I want to ask you a question on a personal level, which is very empowering to see to the women that are watching us right now. And it's very empowering to see a woman that's actually in this field where it is actually stereotyped to be only for dominated by men. What's your intake on this, and what brought you into this field itself?
Yes, correct. The field is very predominantly dominated by men, and we're seeing more and more women entering this field. And with through education, through building your conviction and understanding the markets, now we have lots of resources and tools and educational platforms to be able to learn and understand and build our own decision making and conviction to be able to navigate these markets, and seeing more women voices across the platforms. They're also supporting more women to approach this field, learn more about it, and take their own decision-making and risk management processes as much as it was previously, or we can say previously, men dominated.
Yeah, 100%.
And we see it in real time. So
Yeah.
as before, now these days, traders are becoming more sophisticated. We're seeing more female traders in the markets using these tools. We have quite a few clients, who have become more sophisticated, and it's a big shift in the last maybe 5 years, and that goes with the way that the UAE has headed. So it's attracted all these kind of people to the UAE, and that's why you're seeing it grow on all levels.
Who do you believe is a more risk taker when it comes to trading, men or women? From the experience built up amongst the years, what do you think? Shu?
Now, would you like
I
to
would
go
say men,
So there's still a great...
especially in this region.
Okay, yeah, but still, slowly, women are also entering the world of trading itself, and are also creating the presence of being there, which is very empowering. But we definitely agree on the fact that there is also a larger portfolio of men that are in the trading world.
There are these memes that are online, which
Yes.
tells you why women live longer than men.
Yeah.
Because men, so that would explain basically why men are more of a risk takers.
Yeah, and I'd like
100%.
to add to that is
Of
that
course.
also now there's lots of emerging groups of webinars and seminars for women to be able to have this inclusive session to learn more about the markets, to be able to have
Amazing.
a clarity, or maybe less of a perceived intimidation, as it is more male dominant and more risk dominant. So with these increasing sessions and groups, there's also more support for women to comfortably enter the field.
Amazing. Do you have any training programs that you guys have endured, or know anyone, or
Now,
you could share?
Now, with respect, I'm currently chairing the Women in Technical Analysis Committee at the CMT Association.
Okay.
So we do quarterly events for women. Of course, the events are welcome for both men and women. The trading field is not biased to any gender, but with leadership with women through these events, we're attracting more women into this field to learn more about it and to possibly invest in their future wealth.
Amazing. So do you have like a date that has been assigned to this particular event?
So we previously made lots of events. We established a dinner as well in collaboration between the CMT and the Forex.com. In the end of 2025, we had a dinner for
Okay.
women to connect in this industry, to be able to, and for people or for women who wanted to learn more about the industry, we connected them in one very good and warm dinner. And the first quarter of this year, we also had a global women risk management perspective, connected with analysts from the US, from India, and myself in the Middle East, to be able to share our different risk management perspectives from across the globe, and also, of course, invited lots of women who are interested in the field and who are already professionals to be able to engage in the conversation, as it is a continuous learning journey for everyone. So there's always room for more and more events going forward, especially as there's more participation, and as Nael said, more women traders also entering the field.
And women in the industry as well. So
Yes.
it's not just the traders, actually, the professionals. You're seeing a lot more women in the industry as finance professionals, and with other companies, and with Forex.com, obviously.
Amazing. Shout out to our audience that's watching us right now. If you would like to know more details about the upcoming event that's taking place, please leave us a comment under this episode. Nael, technology and platform accessibility continues to evolve. Which tools or platform features are making the biggest difference for active traders today?
So I believe we have one of the most up-to-date platforms and comprehensive offerings out there in the market. With Forex.com, on our platform, clients will have access to various trading tools like performance analytics, strong charting tools, which will give them a better insight into their trading style, techniques, successes, habits, good or bad. Hopefully, that will help them to make better decisions and try and become a better trader. The comprehensive platform includes all kinds of asset classes on a CFD basis. So the clients can trade CFDs on crypto, they can trade ETFs, they can trade fixed income, they can trade obviously FX, equities, pretty much everything in these markets. It is very important, especially with technology where we are today. And we keep looking for opportunities to better our platform when the opportunity comes up.
Can you share with us some of the tools or the platform features that are masking the biggest difference for active traders today, since you just mentioned?
So those are the two that I mentioned briefly. So the performance analytics and the charting tools.
Okay.
So you've got traders who are technical based, so they do technical analysis, which Razan would know more than I would.
Okay.
But they have access to one of the best charting tools in the market where they can trade on that chart. It's quick, it's efficient, it's up to date. And performance analytics give them a better insight into their trading style. So, for example, it goes back and looks at your history and tells you, for example, if you're trading on the first trade of the day in the last week or so was a losing trade. So you will get that alert. It will give you better insight into your habits, which habits are profitable, which habits are holding you back. And hopefully the idea is, you can make use of them and try and adjust your trading technique to become more successful.
Thank you for sharing. Razan, I want to ask you a question. What is one advice that you would want to share for those that are a little bit tentative, I would say, to join the trading world?
Of course, it would be with the education, and also to add on Nail's point with the performance analytics and with working with an advanced platform, it can enable the trader to see or build a rules-based. Now, with the education, you can build a rules-based approach to be able to manage your emotions and not fall into the traps that we can possibly face with the bombarding headlines that we're seeing in the markets and the extended volatility. So working with an advanced platform and having your performance analyzed in terms of strength, weaknesses, you'll be able to effectively have this feedback to build a rules-based approach and have more confidence in your future trades. So it can start with a demo trading account and it can shift towards a professional account. So the practice, the education, building a rules-based approach based on logic and not on emotions and swinging headlines can help people be more confident into approaching this field and not look at it more of a gamble.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. Nail, what is one practical advice that you would give?
This is exactly the advice.
The same advice?
But I will put it in another way. So clients who tend to trade well thought out or execute well thought out trades will generally be calmer, more confident, more disciplined. Especially when we're seeing a lot of market stress and market volatility like we are today. To put a long story short, is don't trade when you're highly emotional.
Okay.
Of course, it's easier said than done, but that is the main point, basically.
True, I agree.
And
with
manage
you.
your risk, like we touched on earlier.
Yeah.
Manage your risk in case the market goes against you. You're still well leveraged, well capitalized, and you can hopefully ride out the storm.
Where do you see the trading market in the next couple of years?
I can tell you in the next 5 minutes, with all the stuff happening, this is the market we live in. It's very hard to read.
Okay.
It's very hard to trade, but it creates a lot of opportunities as well. So this type of environment, people tend to get excited about trading. Prices are moving up and down. It's hard to navigate, but with the right tools and the things we spoke about earlier, it's an interesting time to be a trader.
Is there any final message that you guys would like to share with our audience that's watching us today?
Yes, definitely. And I'd like to add also to Nael's point that it is a very challenging environment for trading today, and there's lots of tools that you can use to minimize this noise, to zoom out on the charts and not look at the daily fluctuations and the daily headlines. So if we just zoom out on longer time frames, look at the history of the chart and where the price is now standing, and if we learn more about concepts that have been respected across the history as well, and there have been also being respected now as we move forward on the charts, anchoring the philosophy behind trading concepts and behind the psychology of the price can help us navigate more and build our decisions in a scenario and structured based, and not more with or not getting trapped into the emotional bias, especially in this fast swinging headline environment between the US and Iran and everything that is going on.
Thank you. What about you, Nael? Any final message?
Yes, trading is a community, I would say. For anyone who's interested in starting somewhere, but it seems overwhelming, and it is. Like we touched on before, start with a demo account. When you meet someone who's a trader as well, you can always tell them, because they're sitting there chatting about stocks and charts, and so it's a very exciting environment. Start small. Start with a demo account, baby steps, and build from there.
How long would it take actually to learn approximately?
It depends on the time you spend. Like everything else in this life, the more time you spend on it, the faster or better you become at it. It's not luck or anything like that.
It's not luck as the stereotype says. Okay.
No. Your luck will run out very quickly.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, like everything else in life, if you want to be good at it, you have to spend time doing it.
Well, thank you so much. You guys shared a lot of excellent insights about the trading world. It was an amazing opportunity to get to meet both of you today and learn more about your expertise in the market. And for those that are watching us today, I hope you enjoyed our episode. Feel free to leave any questions or any comments regarding what we have discussed today, and we shall see you in another new episode